This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Pure happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow. Pure happiness will be connect to flow.
This is the Barbados Today evening news update for Wednesday, July 22nd. Thank you for joining us. I am Marie-Claire Williams. The father of missing Devon Prescott says he's hoping for the best as the search continues for his son. 18-year-old Prescott of Fairy Valley, Christchurch, left home around 9 o'clock yesterday morning to go fishing. Prescott is about 5 feet 5 inches tall with a dark complexion and a slim build. He was last seen wearing brown short pants and a purple shirt. He was carrying a haversack and speaks with a Barbadian accent. Police are appealing to anyone with information on his whereabouts to call the emergency number 211 or the nearest police station. A St. George mother is mourning the loss of a 4-month-old baby who was found dead at home this morning. 31-year-old Katrina Douglas told Barbados Today when she woke around 6 o'clock this morning, her daughter was unresponsive. She says she attempted to get the child to respond, but her efforts were in vain. She called an ambulance and the infant was later pronounced dead. Police Public Relations Officer ASP David Welch says the lawmen are treating the death as unnatural. He said a post-mortem report will be required to direct investigations. Opposition leader Mia Mottley says she's standing by her statements regarding government's repayments to Credit Suisse. Mottley is also calling on Finance Minister Chris Sinclair to provide all the facts on government's efforts to keep the economy afloat.
A review of the minister's statement presented to Parliament today still leaves unanswered the question as to why on June 18, 2015, the known amount of approximately $88 million was not paid to Credit Suisse. In 2013, the Parliament of Barbados approved a loan that would have necessitated Barbados making 8 semi-annual payments to the tune of $28.125 million US dollars or 56,250,000 Barbados dollars, commencing from the 18th of June 2015, along with the interest which was due and payable. In the public meeting, I said that as of June 18th and the Friday thereafter, that sum, which was consistent with the terms and conditions approved by Parliament in 2013, had not been paid. Notwithstanding all the Minister of Finance said in Parliament today, I stand by my statement. I further demand that the Minister of Finance now explain to the country how a lesser payment of $41.2 million now becomes acceptable to the creditors.
The government has dismissed as a horrible untruth Mottley's allegations that it had defaulted on the Credit Suisse loan. The Cable and Wireless Communications Group is recording a 4% increase in revenue for the first quarter of the financial year ending March 31st, 2015. Chief Executive of Cable and Wireless Communications, Phil Bentley, says in the first quarter the company made a good start on integration. He also reported data is up 16% and subscriber growth increased by 5%. He says while mobile revenue remained flat compared to the same period last year, there was progress in broadband and video. Cable and Wireless recently acquired Columbus Communications, or Flow. Bentley added that a number of targets have been set under the Flow brand and early results from some initiatives have been positive. At the end of June, the Cable and Wireless Communications Group had a net debt of $2,605 million US dollars, an increase of $239 million US dollars since March 2015.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Our valued partners for the BT Cropover Superstar Competition: Flow, Banks, the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., Izumi Media, and Liberty Store.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative
got it in my hand, yeah. My Barbados, my bank. Got to understand, yeah. My Barbados, my bank. Ain't nothing like a core bank spare. None of them others just can't compare. You just got to love that taste. It's the world-class thing this land makes. Whether I'm cruising or at a bar, whether I'm at home, my bank spare is never far. For this blessing, got to give God thanks. My Barbados, my bank.
In news from the region, the Guyana government says it will appeal a ruling by the Chief Justice Ian Chang earlier this month to allow former presidents to seek a third term in office. Chief Justice Chang overruled the limitations specified in Act 17 of 2001, which purports to amend the Constitution, allowing a president only 2 terms in office. His ruling was in relation to a constitutional challenge brought by Georgetown resident who sought the court's interpretation of the provision of the Constitution regarding the 2-term limit. But Attorney General Basil Williams suggests the matter was dealt with by the framers of the Constitution.
The government is currently looking at options to challenge the ruling by Chief Justice Ian Chang that paved the way for former presidents to run for a 3rd term. Attorney General and Legal Affairs Minister Basil Williams said in his opinion, the framers of the Constitution dealt with a holistic constitution and cemented the provisions in Article 164 of the Constitution.
By providing in the manner in which certain articles in our Constitution could be amended. And it, in fact, entrenched Article 164, which is not dealt with in the judgment, in that Article 164 cannot be amended unless by referendum, which is very important. And you must recall the context within which this amendment arose, and that is after post-election violence of 1997, if you remember how the country was in turmoil, and the CARICOM.
In international news, U.S. officials are denying editing dashcam footage from Texas police showing the arrest of an African-American woman who died 3 days later in custody. The video of the July 10 incident shows Sandra Bland's car being pulled over for failing to signal. It is followed by a confrontation with a police officer. There are several jumps during the 52-minute film. We get more in this report from the BBC.
The traffic cop, who's been polite enough up to now, demands that Sandra Bland put out her cigarette and get out of her car. He uses force and even threatens to taser her.
I said get out of the car.
Why am I being apprehended?
I'm giving you a lawful order. I'm going to drag you out of here.
So you threatening to drag me out of my own car?
Get out of the car!
And then
I will light you up. Get out!
Wow.
Now!
Wow.
Get out of the car!
For a failure to signal. You're doing all of this for
Get over there.
Miss Bland is already frustrated by what she sees as an unreasonable stop. Now she too completely loses control. A little later, an increasingly hysterical Miss Bland has been subdued off camera. But now, look, a strange loop in the recording. The tow truck operator getting out of his truck twice. One of several odd moments that have people wondering if the recording has been doctored. The authorities say they're just glitches and that nothing has been edited.
And that's the evening update. For more news, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb. You can subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Line TV or Mix 96.9 FM. I am Mary-Claire Williams. Good evening.
Our valued partners for the BT Cropover Superstar Competition: Flow, Banks, the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., Izumi Media, and Liberty Store.